How to Write the Opening Paragraph of Your Research Paper by Associate Professor Adele Almudawakil. What is an introduction paragraph? The opening paragraph is the first paragraph of your research paper. It is where you want to attract your readers and draw them into your paper. This typically occupies one or two paragraphs. Purpose of introduction paragraph. The introduction section must provide necessary background knowledge so that the readers can understand the motivation behind your experiments and appreciate your findings. After reading your introductory paragraph, the reader should be familiar with the main idea of your paper and understand why your topic is important. Introduction paragraph format. This section typically contains 4 parts. 1. A hook. Hook is nothing but an attractive opening statement. 2. A broad introduction to the topic. Define the general topic of your research. 3. Narrow down the topic. Reveal the specific focus of your paper. 4. Define the problem. Explain clearly what problem your paper is trying to address or solve. 5. Establish why the topic is timely or important. Explain the benefits your work will bring to the community, and also talk about how it will advance the field and the current understanding of the topic. How to write a hook. The opening paragraph typically should start with a hook that piques the interest of your readers. The idea is to hook your reader and reel them in, just like using hooks with bait to capture a fish in a pond. These are statements designed to grab the reader's attention and make them want to read more of your paper. One thing to bear in mind is that most people reading your paper will have some background knowledge about the topic. Therefore, you have to find a way to say things that people already know in a slightly different and interesting manner. The trick is to use statistics, facts, quotations, and questions to make things interesting to the readers. These are called hooks. Examples of hooks. Here is an opening statement. Here we are trying to establish that breast cancer is a pretty bad disease. This statement is not very punchy. It's pretty bland and doesn't convey the seriousness of the situation. Now let's use some statistics and rewrite the statement. Look at this statement. Now, the readers will instantly understand how deadly breast cancer is because you are using numbers to put things into perspective. This will get the reader's attention straight away, and they will be keen to read more of your paper to find out if you are proposing something to fix this terrible situation. Here is another example. Here is an opening statement about global warming. There is nothing new here. Most people know that global warming is bad. Now, let's frame this as a question with some facts and numbers. How about this? This sounds way better because it conveys the urgency of the situation. How to write hooks. 1. It takes a bit of practice to acquire this skill. 2. The best place to start will be to go through the opening statements of highly cited papers to get an idea. Intro paragraph examples. Quite short examples from different fields and of different formats, so that it is easy for you to understand. Example number 1. Social sciences paper. This is a passage about AI, which stands for artificial intelligence. We are providing a broad overview of the topic in the first couple of lines. We are talking about the popularity of the AI and the recent advancements that have happened in the field. Then we move on to the problem definition. The problem is about AI threatening the human employment in the future by taking up all the jobs. Then in the next statement, we are talking about the importance of exploring the issue so that we can understand how far AI will impact our lives in the future. You can see that this passage ticks all the boxes. There is relevant background information, a clear definition of the problem, and information about the importance of conducting research on this topic. Example number 2, business paper. In this example, we are using a lot of numbers to establish why it is important and timely to conduct research in this domain. We are telling the readers that there are millions of Asians living in UK, and their numbers are increasing every year. They have this huge spending power, and not many researchers have looked into how and where they spend their money. Therefore, the time has come to explore the market. A lot of interesting data and facts are provided to the readers, and that is the reason why this is such a good introduction. Example number 3, medical paper. We are starting the passage with a hook by providing an interesting statistic about obesity. After starting with a broad statement, we are narrowing down the topic. We are dropping a hint that our paper is to do with vitamin D and obesity. With the next statement, we are establishing the importance of the topic. We are saying that a lot of people are dying due to obesity, and vitamin D is causing a lot of health issues, so we must do something about it. Then, in the final statement of the intro paragraph, we explain how conducting research in this field will benefit the community. In our case, doctors will be able to prescribe better treatment options for obese patients. This is a well-written introduction paragraph that nicely introduces the main idea of your paper and tells the readers why your topic is important.